BrittanyBearMakeup here, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the new KKW Beauty concealers, highlighters, and setting powders. I am so excited, guys, because I'm going to be showing you guys how to highlight and contour using her new products that she is launching. I'm also going to be sharing with you guys my honest and genuine opinion on the products. So make sure you guys turn on your post notifications so you can be a part of my Bear family. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and as always, guys, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned to the very end because I'm going to be swatching all the colors for you guys to pick out your perfect shade. So guys, let's get started.
You are now rocking with
Brittany, bitch.
Alright guys, so today I am so excited to be reviewing KKW Beauty's new product launch. So to actually be able to use her products, to know her secrets, to try them out today is going to be so exciting for me. I cannot wait to give you guys my honest, genuine first impressions / review. I'm going to go ahead and go off camera for just a second to apply a nice base to my face, a little bit of foundation, and then when we come back, we are going to conceal, brighten, highlight our face, and try out the new KKW Beauty. Alright guys, so now that I went ahead and applied a nice layer of foundation and I evened out my skin tone, it is now time to try out her concealers. I think for today, I'm going to go ahead and try, I like a really bright highlight, so I think I'm going to do the shade 5. 5 is actually really light, but it seems to have like that olivey undertone, so I'm excited to try this out. So the packaging of the actual concealer is super cute. I love that she has this like rose gold shade. It's in a clear case, and at the bottom it has the shade that the concealer comes in. I'm gonna go ahead and start by applying this to all the areas I want to bring light to. So I'm gonna be applying this underneath my eyes. So far right off the bat, I'm noticing that there's a lot of pigment to the concealer. It's going on super beautifully, and it's just kind of like, it's like butter actually when applying. So this actually excites me. We're not gonna know the pigmentation of it until we blend it out, but so far I'm very impressed. So I'm also gonna be applying this to my chin, just like a little dot here. And then on the other side of my eye as well. I love this little applicator. I feel like it really just applies the perfect amount of product. It is just going on really pretty. All right, I like to add a little bit more of the light to the sides of my nose as well. And then I'm gonna be drawing a line straight down the middle to highlight the bridge of my nose. And then I'm gonna make a tiny little circle right here on the lower part of my forehead. This is really just gonna bring light to all those areas, wake me up, make me look super rejuvenated. I also like to apply a little bit of highlighter on the corner of my lips, just to kind of add that contour, that reverse contour actually, guys. So far, it's going on super creamy. I love the way it feels on my skin. It doesn't feel too sticky. It doesn't feel too thick in product. So I feel like this is actually going to be a very beautiful natural skin finish, which is really exciting because I love concealers that feel like your natural skin but give you that super bright highlight. Now I'm going to go ahead and contour. And for this, I decided to use the same concealer, but this is in a darker shade. So this is in shade 14. To me, this has a warmer undertone to it. So I'm gonna be applying a line on the side of my face like this, where I naturally would contour out my cheekbones. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side as well. On the lower part of my mouth, I like to contour underneath my lips to really just give them that full appearance. And then on the top as well. So we have juicy, luscious, gorgeous lips. I'm also gonna be applying this to the lower part of my chin like this. And my jawbone. This is really gonna like sculpt out my jawbone and make sure in photos and in videos that I have that nice separation between my neck and my actual face, because we don't want to have a triple chin. So I'm gonna go ahead and also be applying this to the rim of my forehead. I love this little applicator. I think it is honestly doing such an amazing job. So far I'm really impressed with the way that things are going on my face. I don't know exactly how it will blend out until I blend it, but I'm very impressed. So I'm actually gonna take this little applicator and the excess product, and I'm gonna go ahead and contour my nose. Going from the inner part of my eye, I'm gonna be going down the side of my nose. Applying a little bit of product to the bottom half of my nose as well. Oh, it actually gave me a really straight line. Let me go ahead and redo this one and make it look a little prettier. Wow. And then I'm gonna be applying a little line going horizontal to really just give me that super snatched button-like nose. Here is the contouring part of it. So now that I went ahead and applied both of those concealers to my face, I have to say that so far, pigmentation-wise, everything is beautiful. I love the way the applicator just made it super easy for me to contour using both the shades. It is now time to really put them to the test and see how they blend out. So I noticed in the PR package that we were given this little brush right here. So on the top, there's actually a sponge, and on the bottom, there is this fluffy little cute brush. I remember when her contouring sticks came out, she actually had a very similar brush, but I do feel like they changed the sponge on it. So the first time around, it was a lot harder, and I felt like it didn't really blend anything out. So I noticed that this one is actually really soft. So I'm very curious to see how this works. So I'm gonna go ahead and begin by pressing my highlight underneath my eye. This one's a lot softer than the other one, so if you are a little iffy about the brush in general, they did change the brush, at least in my opinion, and I feel like this one works 10 times better. It actually does the trick. Ooh, I love the way this looks. My under eyes look so bright. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I'm gonna begin by kind of blending out all the areas I highlighted first. So underneath my chin as well as on the other side, I'm just kind of pressing the product in. So let me just give you a little advice, guys. The key to using this product, and it actually does work, is to just actually press the product underneath your eyes. If you're gonna be dragging or trying to like spread the product out, you are definitely gonna look super blotchy and it's not gonna work for you. So I highly recommend just tapping it in, and it's gonna give you a beautiful, flawless finish. And I like the fact that it's so small. It actually fits like right in between my eyebrow area, which I normally struggle putting a sponge in because they're too big. All right, guys, so I'm actually gonna turn the brush around because this I'm gonna use to actually blend out my contour. And I'm gonna begin by kind of blending out the contour. So I'm going in and I'm blending out the product. And as you guys can see, it's blending out really beautifully, and it's leaving me with that nice like chiseled structure, but it's still giving me that definition, which is exactly what I want when I'm contouring my face. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this to my jawbone. So I'm over here just blending it all in, and this brush is definitely doing the job. I'm very impressed. Gonna do my lips really quickly. There is no reason for me to lie to you guys. I'm all about cream contours. I honestly am so picky when it comes to finding the perfect formula. This definitely is impressive because I feel like it's a very natural finish, but the pigmentation of it is just so full coverage, and I definitely love that. All right, so I'm gonna be blending out the rest of my face. It is now time to blend out the nose contour. Now, I did notice that in our PR package, they also included this cute little brush. So what's really cool about this is this actually can act as a, an applicator when applying your cream contour. You can get a more precise and accurate application when using this. It's super, super soft. This is actually like a beautiful eyeshadow blending brush. So this has many purposes as well, but I am actually gonna use this side to blend out my nose contour just to kind of test the brush itself and see how well it does. I'm very picky with my nose contour, so we're gonna put this little Kimmy brush to the test. So I'm gonna go in and begin kind of just feathering out the product, blending it. So it's actually doing a really, really good job just kind of blending out the product. I put on a lot of product to begin with, so very impressed once again. The bottom of my nose. So to kind of test out the other side of the brush too, just to make it fully fair, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into that 5 concealer, and I'm gonna use this little applicator side just to kind of re-highlight the bridge of my nose. I'm just gonna add a little bit more to the side of my nose as well. Honestly, guys, I am obsessed with the concealer. If you have to buy one thing so far, I would say that the concealer 100% is beautiful. I just love the way my skin looks. I wish there was a way you guys could see it in person, because sometimes I feel like video doesn't do it justice. Honestly, very impressed. So I'm actually gonna take that same fluffy side, and I'm just gonna kind of buff this into my nose a little bit. So what's really cool is you can actually use this little side to really blend out your concealer as well. So she gave us options with the actual application and blending process, which I love. All right, so I'm just gonna go back and forth and very light-handedly kind of blend out that line. So now that I went ahead and blended everything out and I put to test these two brushes, I have to admit, guys, she really stepped up her game with this brush. The fluffy part of it is gorgeous. It blended out my contour like a dream, and I'm loving the way it looks. This side really did work. I was very skeptical at first because that first sponge was so hard and it really didn't do anything. It actually removed the product, but this one is gorgeous, and I love the way it just pressed the product underneath my eye and kept it in the right areas that I wanted it to be in. This one really also did the trick as well. I could see this being a beautiful under eye concealer brush and this being a really good applicator for a more precise contour and highlight. So far, I'm just like, girl, you are slaying the makeup game right now because these products are beautiful. I'm gonna go in and actually try her setting powders. So for her setting powder, she went ahead and came out with 4, 1 being the lightest, 4 being the darkest. I decided to use shade number 2. Shade number 2 has a pink undertone. I actually really like pink undertones because I feel like they cancel out any darkness that I have underneath my eyes, and throughout the day, it just looks the best in flash photography. All right, so first off, guys, the packaging is super beautiful, very classic, very simple. I love rose gold, so anything that's rose gold honestly just is automatically sold. So I'm gonna start by actually taking the setting powder. Then I'm going to be taking this little fluffy brush that she provided. I'm gonna be applying this into the product and pressing this underneath my eye. So I'm gonna use this to pretty much re-highlight, bake, and set all the areas that I applied my lighter concealer to. So far, I'm really liking how bright this looks. So applying it to my chin as well, on the other side of my eye. Also to the sides of my mouth. I'm really loving how this looks. I love baking in general. I feel like baking always looks so pretty. Like, I wish I could walk out of the house like this and people wouldn't say anything, but obviously they would say something. Then I'm gonna take this other side of the brush and I'm gonna use this to kind of bake my nose contour a little bit. So the tip of my nose as well as a straight line down the center of my nose. So right off the bat, guys, I noticed that the setting powder is super finely crushed, which I love because that's what gives me the most natural finish when setting my under eyes. I hate when I get a setting powder and the pieces feel just too thick and heavy. This actually feels very light, even though I went ahead and applied so much product. I feel like I'm not really even wearing anything on my face. So I really like that that's how it feels. I'm gonna go ahead and let this kind of bake for a couple minutes. And then when I come back in a second, we're gonna go ahead and kind of dust it off and see what it left us with. I'm gonna actually take a beauty blender, and I like to use the beauty blender to really pack it into my skin to really just get like the full effect of a nice under eye highlight. So now that I went ahead and applied the translucent powder, I'm very impressed with how it kept my under eyes and all the areas nice and bright. One thing I did notice is that maybe I applied a little bit too much, that it left me a little bit more dry, but that's okay because it's a learning experience. It's a brand new product I've used, and sometimes I get a little carried away with the way it looks when I pack it on, but in all honesty, guys, you probably just need a little bit of the setting powder to really give you that nice flawless finish. The last product that I have to actually review today is going to be her pressed powders. Here are the pressed powders. This is the packaging. Once again, they range from shade 1 to 4, 1 being the lightest, 4 being the darkest. For today, I'm going to be trying shade 1, and to apply this, I'm going to be taking her little fluffy brush. So I'm going to be applying this underneath my eye and just kind of packing it in to really just brighten my eyes once again and give you that nice bright Kim Kardashian highlight. Wow, that really highlighted me. I love the way it looks on my skin. It almost has like some sort of shimmer to it to kind of give it that nice glow. And then using this little side, I'm actually gonna be applying this onto my nose to re-highlight my nose and redefine that nose contour. All right, guys, so here is what it looks like after we went ahead and set that powder into our skin. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little bit of setting spray and just shake this one and apply it. So now that I went ahead and added a little setting spray, and it's actually just beautifully setting into my skin right now and making my skin look nice and flawless, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my makeup look and then come back in a second, and we're gonna talk a little bit about this launch, my thoughts, and if I think it is worth your money. So I'll see you guys back here in just a second. So I went ahead and went off camera to bronze myself up a little bit, add some blush and some lipstick, and I am obsessed with how my makeup turned out, guys. Now, one of the things that I was literally very blown away by was her final setting brightening powder. So the brightening powder comes in this little case right here, and I use shade number 1. Shade number 1 is definitely very, very light. So if you are lighter complected or olive tone and you like that really bright Kim K highlight, this is definitely a color I would recommend to you if you are going to be purchasing it. I loved how it had a little bit of like shimmer to it. So as you guys can see, it really brightened up my under eyes, but it also gave it like this beautiful like iridescent glow. I also have highlighter on, so don't be confused, guys. I'm not saying that this is all the actual under eye highlight, but it definitely brightened my eyes and gave me that beautiful youthful glow. The setting powder did work wonderful. One thing I did notice though is that I applied a little bit too much. That's absolutely okay. I think it's my first time trying the product, so maybe next time a little bit of this setting powder would actually just do the trick and really brighten and set under my eyes. So I do really like this setting powder. I think it was finely crushed, and overall I think she did a phenomenal job creating this product. When it came to the cream concealers, I was very impressed with the formula. I think one thing I loved so much about the formula in general was the fact that it went on very silky and very smooth. It didn't feel too heavy or too sticky or too thick, but the pigmentation that came from the concealer itself was just so flawless. Now, one thing I noticed is that number 14 is definitely more on the warmer side, so I maybe might go a shade down and try shade 13, and it might be just a little bit more of a better match for myself for the next time that I do contour. As for the little brush, guys, I was so impressed with the new sponge. I really thought I was gonna hate it because I purchased the last sponge and I was very disappointed with the way it was so firm, and I didn't like the way it actually blended out my face, but this one in general, guys, she did an amazing job. As you guys can see, it's actually very soft and squishy, and it gave me the perfect form to really just apply and pat in the under eye highlight. This fluffy brush as well is gorgeous. The way it blended everything out, my contour still looks very beautiful and natural, but you definitely still see definition in my face. Overall, guys, I am just so blown away. I'm so excited because I love the way my makeup came out today, and I cannot wait to kind of contour my face using these products, knowing that these are the same products that Kim Kardashian uses on her face every day to get snatched and have that beautiful radiant glow. I am very, very impressed. Just so that you guys know, this is not a sponsored video. This was given to me, it was gifted to me, and I wanted to make a review because I love creams, I love contouring, I love powders, and I thought, why not show you guys my honest opinion, try out the products, and genuinely speak from someone who has a lot of experience when trying concealers and things like that to contour. So guys, with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's tutorial. I hope all of you guys loved this review. If you did, don't forget to give me a big old thumbs up, like, share, comment, and as always, guys, subscribe to my channel, and I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.